Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan. If you're new here, this is just a quick episode that I make each week, sharing with everyone what my meal plan is for the upcoming week. I just think meal planning is really important, so this maybe can help you give you some ideas for your meal plan, or even just give you some motivation to get your meal plan together and realize that meal planning does not need to be complicated. My meal plan is just for dinners, and I rotate my meals on a regular basis, so I'm pretty much making the same types of things over and over again on kind of like a regular schedule that I've created for myself. I do try and throw in something new every once in a while when I can or when I want to, but I don't always do that because there's just not always enough time. So this week, so the meal plan starts on Saturday. So this week, Saturday, February 12th, we are having Jenny O's Best Ever Meatloaf, which is from allrecipes.com. And with that, I'm going to be doing shells and cheese, just like the box kind of shells and cheese, and air fryer asparagus fries, which is from allrecipes.com. Oh, I forgot to mention that any recipes that I mention in this podcast will be linked to specifically that exact recipe on a blog post version of this meal plan that comes out every week the same time this podcast comes out. So that's for Saturday. So for Sunday, Sunday, February 13th is Super Bowl Sunday. So I'm just going to be making like a bunch of fun like appetizer type things, and that will be our dinner. I'll probably make it like later in the afternoon. We'll just kind of pick on it throughout the evening. So I'm going to be making buffalo chicken meatballs, which is from tasteofhome.com. These are like little like bite-sized type meatballs that are made with ground chicken, and then you kind of toss them in like a hot sauce mix, or it might even, it's like with hot sauce, and then maybe is there butter in it? I can't remember, but anyway, you basically toss the meatballs in like a hot sauce type coating, and they come out really good. I'm also going to be making skinny Crescent jalapeno poppers, which is from bettycrocker.com. So this is basically like you get the Crescent rolls and you make like a little jalapeno popper with that Boursin cheese with garlic and herbs in it. It's kind of like that spreadable cheese that you would put on like crackers, and then fresh jalapenos, and you kind of put some jalapenos chopped up with that cheese, and then you make like a little, I don't know, like you kind of close it up with the Crescent, like inside the Crescent roll, and then you just bake them in the oven. I made these, I forgot what I made them for, but I made them for it might have been like New Year's or something like that, and one of my daughters really liked them, and I thought they were really good too, so I'm going to make those again. I'm also going to be making pizza Pinwheels, which is from allrecipes.com. This is made with Crescent rolls also. Basically, you kind of lay them out and you put shredded cheese and pepperoni, and you roll them up, and then you like kind of like lay them out flat, and you put the sauce, or not the sauce, the mozzarella cheese and the pepperoni, and then you kind of like roll it up and then slice it. So it's kind of like would look like a crescent roll type, not a crescent roll, like a cinnamon bun type thing, so that the cheese and the pepperoni kind of swirl in the roll, and then you bake it, and then you just serve it with some like dipping sauce, like a pizza sauce. I'm also going to be making super nachos, which is from allrecipes.com. This is kind of just like your traditional nachos, like nacho platter. It's got like ground beef and refried beans and cheese and salsa and sour cream and all that kind of stuff. So that, and I'm also going to be just cooking up some mozzarella sticks, but they're just from the box. So I think we have a pretty decent variety of snacky foods to have for Super Bowl. So for Monday, February 14th, I'm going to be doing hamburgers. I don't really have a recipe for that. I just, take some ground beef and make it into patties and cook them up either in a frying pan or when it's nice out in the summer on the grill. I season them with the McCormick hamburger seasoning sometimes if I remember. But just like a basic hamburger. For my daughter that doesn't eat meat, I'm going to be making the best black bean burgers I've ever had, which is from sallysbakingaddiction.com. They're pretty good. They're a little bit more complicated than the ones I used to make, but not too bad. You just kind of have to saute up some peppers and onions first before making the burgers, but she seemed to like them better than the other ones that I had been making for her that were like a little bit drier. And then we're just going to be doing that with a can of pork and beans, vegetarian pork and beans, and then oven fresh seasoned potato wedges, which is also from allrecipes.com. And that's like, you basically just take whole potatoes and cut them into wedges, and you toss them in a bag with like olive oil and Parmesan cheese and some seasonings and bake them, and they come out really good as a side with the hamburgers. For Tuesday, we always do some type of Mexican theme. This Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, so I do not have a recipe to share for that. I think everyone kind of has their own way of making tacos. We just basically cook up some ground turkey or ground chicken, and I season it with seasoned salt and some chili powder. And then I just serve it with like lettuce, tomato, shredded cheddar cheese, sour cream, other things too, which I can't think of right now, but I think everyone knows how to do tacos. So we're doing taco night for Tuesday. For Wednesday, I'm doing bacon wrap barbecue shrimp, which is from allrecipes.com. This is just a really simple method of cooking shrimp in the oven, where you kind of season it with a barbecue seasoning and then wrap it in bacon and bake it in the oven. It's really pretty quick and easy. I don't actually wrap it with the bacon. I just cut the bacon up into like little squares and kind of lay it all over top of the shrimp on the baking dish, kind of like a sheet pan type thing. And it comes out much easier that way, and it's still just as good than sitting there having to wrap each shrimp with bacon. And then on the side, I'm just going to do a simple vegetable fried rice. I don't have a recipe for this. I pretty much just cook up some white rice in the rice cooker, and then I'll stir fry it with some frozen stir fry vegetables. And sometimes I'll make like an egg and mix that in at the end, just like a scrambled egg, and or a couple scrambled eggs, and then just kind of season it with soy sauce before adding the egg, and then I just kind of toss it in. A lot of times too, I'll put like a little bit of sesame oil. That gives the fried rice a good flavor. So Thursdays is the night I go food shopping, so we do a simple dinner that night. It's always usually breakfast for dinner or soup and grilled cheese. So this week we're going to do breakfast for dinner. So I'm just going to be making some scrambled eggs, some turkey bacon in the oven, which is from brended.com. It's just a method of how to bake the turkey bacon or regular bacon in the oven. It's much more simple than cooking it on the stove top, and I think it comes out just as good. And then I'm also just going to be doing some home fried potatoes on the side, and for that I don't have a recipe, but I just take some potatoes and dice them up, and some peppers and onions and dice them up, and just mix them all together with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, and I throw them in the air fryer until they're like the right doneness that I want. Of course, you could also roast them in the oven if you don't have an air fryer. For Friday, I'm going to be doing oven baked chicken, which is from bettycrocker.com. This is one of my favorite ways to make baked chicken in the oven. It's breaded with Bisquick mix, or if you don't have that, you can always just do like flour with like some kind of seasoning added to it. But it does come out really good with the Bisquick. And I usually always make it with chicken thighs, like bone-in chicken thighs, because they come out really good. I'm also going to be doing Bowtie Primavera, which is from delish.com. I honestly don't know if I've made this before. It was in my recipe app. It might have been something that I downloaded and wanted to try and didn't actually try because I don't recall making it. So hopefully it'll be good. I mean, it should be. It's basically just like a bow tie pasta with a bunch of vegetables. It's got like mushrooms and zucchini and cherry tomatoes and all that kind of stuff, and then some cream cheese to make it kind of creamy. So I think that would go good with the baked chicken. And then I'm also going to be doing air fryer roasted cauliflower and broccoli, which is from allrecipes.com. So when I make this, I kind of alternate. I pick one or the other, either cauliflower or broccoli. I don't do them together because it's just too much for my family to do like a head of broccoli and a head of cauliflower. So I just kind of, one time I'll do the roasted cauliflower and another time I'll do the roasted broccoli. So that is it for this week's meal plan. Friday is the last day on the meal plan for the week. So don't forget, if you would like any of these recipes, you can find them on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. There's a blog post each week that comes out the same day as the episode. Don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at lolasfrugallife. And also, we have a private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife if that's something you're interested in. If you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I can see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, that would be really helpful to me. That is what helps the show's audience grow by pushing the show up higher in search results, when people are looking for this type of podcast. And if you're interested, there is a link to financially support the show in the episode details. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.